a.k.a. White Jesus, a.k.a. Jesus Clark, and Aliyah Boston, and Kelsey Mitchell, the WNBA's Big Three, lead the Indiana Fever past the Atlanta Dream in the 104-100 overtime thriller today. Ooh, the Las Vegas Aces takes a loss. Angel Reese is out for the rest of the season. We're going to talk about that and much more right after the intro.
Going behind the back, trying to create off the Boston screen.
Back
to Boston. Boston turns the corner, gets to the rim, and ties the game.
Ties the game with
it's a wonderful thing.
Just before overtime, baby. Just before overtime. What a game it was. What's up, boys, girls, he's, she's, they, them, we's, or whatever you choose to identify as. Welcome to the W360, your home for all things women's basketball. I'm your host, CJSoFoolish, and welcome to another episode. Oh, what a game this was today. Happy Sunday, everybody. What's up, Lauren? What's up, Sade? Tracy Hartman, what's up? Joe K, Robert, I see you guys in the chat. Loyalty 55, what is up? I see you in the chat. What's up, everybody? Oh, what a game this was today. Who is sitting right now just fanning themselves and throat a little sore from yelling at the TV? My goodness, if you are new here, thank you so much. And please, please, please be sure to subscribe to the W360 and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend about the W360, okay? We are on the road to 5,000 subscribers. We're just a couple hundred away. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the W360. Like, share, comment. Do all the things YouTube like for you to do with new channels so that the algorithm is nice to this channel, okay? If you're returning subscribers, guys, thank you so much for tuning in episode after episode. I really, really appreciate it, okay? What a game this was. What a game this was. First off, I'd like to say before we get into the phenomenal performance that Aliyah Boston had today, that Kelsey Mitchell had today, White Jesus had today, and Lexi Hall, phenomenal performance they had today. There's one person and one thing that I have to point out, and that is Christy Sides right here. Right here. Now, I know a lot of people want her gone, fired, and I get it. I understand. But Christy Sides, the best thing she could have did this game was sit Alyssa Smith. That is the best thing Christy Sides has did all season, really. She benched Alyssa Smith and Katie Lou. Benched them both. Set them down. Didn't even look back at them. You go, Christy. That was the best thing she could have done this game. Because had she not made this move, had she not benched Alyssa Smith and Katie Lou, we would be talking about a loss. Seriously. That was the best move Christy Sides could have made. Now, Alyssa Smith came out. Alyssa Smith, to me, plays like she hates playing on this team or something. And Katie Lou just doesn't have it. She just doesn't have it. So when she benched these two and went with that core six and let them battle it out once they got going, they pulled out the win. Let this Katie Lou thing go. She's not going to show up. She hasn't showed up. Let it go. Now, Alyssa Smith is ready to be traded. She's ready to be gone. Sit her down. Go into the playoffs with the rotation that you played with today, and that's Timmy and Lexi. That's it. That's it. You can probably sprinkle in Dantes here and there, but Timmy and Lexi in the start, that's your rotation right there, Christy. That's your rotation right there. Seriously. Thank you, Eddie, for the super chat. First time on the chat. Wonderful win today. Absolutely. Welcome to the W360 chat. But seriously, and that's what I keep trying to tell people, you got to move past Alyssa Smith at this point of the season. Move past her. She's too wish-washy. Her energy is not good on the floor. She's not giving any effort. Yes, that back court call was BS. It was BS. The one that they called on White Jesus and Alyssa Smith. But that doesn't happen if Alyssa Smith moves with some urgency down the floor. That call doesn't even happen, but she's just getting down the floor like, that's what she plays like. You don't see her turn up her volume unless she's trying to score. That's it. She's not jumping for rebounds or nothing. She's not trying on defense, nothing. She's not doing anything. Katie Lou checked into the game and got scored on. I mean, they drove past her like she was a cone. She's a cone on defense. So Christy did good tonight with her rotations. I know we give her a lot of smack. You know, she's not very good, but she got that right tonight. So shout out to her. Thank you for the super chat, Chris. Start Timmy now. Yes. Move past Smith. Move on. Move on from her. You're not going to keep asking her to keep playing. She wants to be a scorer. She's mad that she's not the go-to scoring option. Get her out of here. Tell her to pack her things and get out of town. Get out of town, then. You go where you want to go. Get out of my town. Now, Alyssa, since you don't want to play. Now, we have points to prove and agendas to push, and you're not on board. Get out. Nonetheless, good win today by the Indiana Fever. I mean, Aliyah, Boston. You did good, Aliyah. You did good. You go out and you get you a steak and a drink. You earned it. But not too much. You have Vegas coming up in a few days. But you did good, Aliyah. You played strong. That's what we've been asking you to do, Aliyah. And I heard you after the game. You said you're keeping your faith. You've been doing a lot of praying. You keep doing it. God's listening, Aliyah. You keep praying then. We're praying for you too. You did good, Aliyah. You earned it. I'm proud of you. You go out and you get whatever you want. You bow, bow, bow until you can't bow anymore. We're going to bow, bow, bow with you, Aliyah. You earned it. Seriously, look at this play. When Aliyah did this play, right here.
Clark going behind the back, trying to create off the Boston screen. Back to Boston. Boston turns the corner, gets to the rim, and ties the game.
You did good, Aliyah. That's how you get the ball, and that's how you go to score, Aliyah. That's how you go to score. Now, a few times I did yell at you to the TV, jump, Aliyah, get the rebound. Get the rebound, Aliyah. But I do understand you had a tough defensive assignment with Tina Charles. But all you have to do is just box out more. Tina Charles doesn't want to do much. She don't want to move. You have the advantage over Tina Charles. You're younger. You could be faster if you put your mind to it. But overall, Aliyah, you did good. Bow, 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 Aliyah. I'm right there with you, girl. Bow, bow. You bow, bow over a good steak. You earned it. You earned it, Aliyah. Boston! Seriously. Now, this team in the first half, they were looking very, very flat. They weren't communicating. I don't know if this team, if they're coming out and they're playing down to the competition, but Atlanta, a healthy Atlanta team, which they are tonight, that's not a team you underestimate. And it looked like in the first half that Atlanta was just playing harder. They have something they have to play for. They're trying to clinch their playoff spot. So they were getting every loose ball. They were taking every single thing the defense gave them, which y'all gave them everything. You wouldn't play defense for nothing. No one was playing defense. No one is rotating. I mean, open three after open three. You're going under screens. I was like, what are they doing? What is the defensive scheme here? But if you ask me, they didn't decide to start actually playing until the third quarter. That's when they woke up. Had you guys came out and played like that since the first quarter, you could win this. This wouldn't be an overtime game. It wouldn't be a game in overtime. Thank you so much, Charlie. Charlie says, Cy's philosophy of slow ball sucks the life out of this team. Let CC set the pace. So if you notice at one point in the game, it was just before halftime. I have it in the highlights. White Jesus was so frustrated with this team. And I think her frustration is a lot with Nalissa Smith, honestly. But she was so frustrated with this team. And you can see White Jesus saying, come on, go, come on. She did it a lot last game. And she was doing it this game like, let's go. So I think a lot of her frustration is coming from, I think Christy is trying to lean back into the half court. This isn't a half court offensive team. That's not what this team is. Do not slow this game down. Don't slow it down. So once you turn up the defensive intensity and get out in transition, this team can run with anybody. Seriously. 12, 13 first half turnovers, and you're only down by 4. So you're taking care of the ball. You're getting Alyssa Smith out this game. You're up by 10 at the half. Gail Blanton. Gail says, love you, and I think Caitlin wasn't feeling well in the first half. I've seen a few people on social media say that they think that she wasn't feeling well either. I'm not in her body. I don't know how she feels, but I definitely could see that she was frustrated. Very, very frustrated. But nonetheless, Aliyah Boston had a tremendous game. If Aliyah Boston brings this play to Vegas, Indiana will 100% beat Vegas at least 1 out of 2 games. At least 1 out of 2 games. If you didn't watch the Vegas and New York game today, New York beat Vegas, and Sydney Colson was who they were relying on at one point in the game. And you see they lost with Asia Wilson out. So this team can beat Vegas. This team can run with New York. You stick to this rotation that you had out there, Christy, you can make a run in the playoffs. Stop trying other things. It's not working. All right? White Jesus had a good game. She ended the game with 25 points, 12 assists. Aliyah Boston ended the game with 30 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. Probably the best game of her this season, I think. This is Aliyah Boston's best game of the season. Thank you, Florida Chanel Catfishing. Thank you for the super chat. You give me fever. Cece had a migraine, got a shot at halftime. Is that confirmed on social media? Is that confirmed? White Jesus had a great game. We're going to look at some fun plays from the game, and then we'll come back and talk about the game. Some key things from the game and what needs to happen leading into the next game against Vegas. Angel Reese is out for the season. Vegas loses today. Asia Wilson is out, and there's a few more things going on around the WNBA, guys, and then we're going to wrap up. We won't be here long on this Sunday, okay? Let's take a look at some key plays from today. Kelsey Mitchell, tough bucket to the basket. My goodness. Now, this is what I mean. NaLyssa, unless she thinks she's going to score, this is the only time when she's going to run. This is the only time you're going to see effort. To me, this is what I notice about NaLyssa. It's the only time you're going to see effort on the floor from her is when she is looking or wants to score. That's it. That's it. You're not going to get any burst of any other energy from NaLyssa. That's about it. You can forget about it. Timmy, good job. And this is exactly the style of play that Indiana has to stick to, running the floor. Get down the court. Seriously. In fact, Bentley tightened up a little bit on the offensive end of the floor. She could certainly be much more effective. White Jesus to Lexi Hustle. Bang! Bang! This is how we all felt, White Jesus. That is how we all felt. You can see her right there. She's ready to go. I would feel like that playing with NaLyssa Smith too. This is exactly how I would feel. Just I'm ready to go. I understand she's us. Now look at this hustle. It's a block and down the floor. Yes. Good hustle, Timmy. White Jesus. White Jesus. Aliyah Boston, strong, looking to score. What have we been asking you to do all season, Aliyah? That right there. Go to the basket. Go strong. There you go, Aliyah. Good, you earned it, Aliyah. You earned it. Let's see hustle for the three. Now, one thing that I wonder is why more plays, like set intentional plays, aren't ran for Lexi. Run Lexi off some screens. Kelsey, White Jesus. Good take, Jesus. And that's the end one, but these stinky, dirty diaper referees, goodness gracious, where do they find these people? Where do they find these referees? I mean, my goodness, at the end, they were ready to give Atlanta the ball at one point where it was clearly off, and then the doofus of the referee says, oh, no, that way. And I'm like, oh, you think? What game are you watching? Seriously. Nonetheless, shout out to this team. They definitely are growing up. What we talked about last game, that this team is young. They have to mature, get better control of their emotions, and they did do that this game. Last game, they argued with the refs. They got frustrated. They were taken out of their games. This game, you could see White Sheets is making a conscious effort just to, and keep herself poised as best as she could, and then her team followed. Okay, because again, as I said last game, there's no real leader on the floor that can gather the team. Timmy shows a little bit of that leadership, but Timmy gets down on herself when she's missing 2 wide open shots in a row because she's open for a reason, and I don't think she realizes that, it's not really in her range. So she gets a little bit down on herself, but this team naturally follows White Jesus. So it was good to see her make a conscious effort to definitely be more in control of her emotions and her reactions towards the refs. Because you don't want to build a reputation and just have every ref in this league not like you. None of the calls are going to go your way. So that was good to see. And it was good to see the team following their footsteps as far as just kind of being more emotionally in control of themselves. But this is a very young team. This is the second youngest team in the league. So it's nowhere but up from here. Nowhere but up. Seriously. Cindy Hudson. What's up, Cindy? Cindy says they will be different next year. Yeah. Next year, we're talking about championships next year. We're talking about championships next year. This year, let's aim for a good playoff run and see where you can go. Next year, it's championships. Champions. The goggles and the champagne and all of it. We want it all. Parade, all of it. That's the goal. Nothing less. Seriously. But just to go over some stats, guys. We talked about Aliyah Boston. Kelsey Mitchell had 21 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. Lexi Hustle had 12 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. And Timmy Fagbinlay, shout out to Timmy. It was her birthday today as well. She ended the game with 9 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. Nalissa Smith had 6 points, 3 rebounds, and a steal. Erica Wheeler, she had an assist. Damaris Dantes, I don't even remember Damaris Dantes getting in the game, but she had 2 rebounds. Against a very good Atlanta team. Listen, Ryan Howard oozes athleticism. Oozes. I mean, she's so good. And I mean, Lexi Hall was doing her best with her, but Ryan Howard is so good. So good. And Alicia Gray bailed this Indiana team out because Alicia Gray, that shot that she took at the buzzer for the win, she usually hits those. As soon as I saw her take it, I said, that's game. But she missed it. But Ryan Howard, she had a career-high game tonight, 36 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal. And Lexi Hall did all she could with her, and Lexi did not do a bad job on Ryan. She didn't do a bad job. Ryan Howard is just really, really good. I mean, if you guys remember her at Kentucky, goodness gracious, she just gets better and better, and she's so poised. She's so poised. Even when Alicia Gray, did you guys notice when Alicia Gray missed the game-winning shot, Ryan just went to her and she was like, it's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I don't know how she's that calm in that moment, but she consistently just plays so calm. She's so smooth. Her jump shot is just the fade away, the way she goes up. Ryan Howard is one of the best guards in this league. I don't care what anyone says. She's probably she's up there. She's doing better than Diana Taurasi. I mean, she's up there in the top 7 guards in this league. So Ryan Howard had a good game. Alicia Gray had 15 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and a block. Jordan Canada, she had 17 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Tina Charles had 17 points and 12 rebounds. Hillman had 5 points, 8 rebounds, and Coffey had 5 points, 2 rebounds. Another good adjustment that Christy Sides made was she stopped double teaming Tina Charles. What are you double teaming her for? Tina Charles, she let her get Aliyah Boston and Tina Charles. They're evenly matched. What are you double teaming Tina Charles for? I mean, she's going to get her points, but Aliyah can handle her one-on-one. She's not. Respectfully, Tina Charles, she's good. But Aliyah can handle her one-on-one. That's what was throwing the defensive rotations off. You don't have to double-team Tina Charles. If anything, double-team Ryan Howard. You don't have to double-team her. So when she called off the double-team, it definitely helped out this Indiana team better on the defensive end. Nonetheless, best of wishes to Atlanta. They're still tied with Chicago Sky fighting for that number 8 spot. This loss didn't help, but depending on what Chicago Sky does, right now Chicago Sky is winning 58-39 against Dallas. They're probably going to end up beating Dallas. And speaking of Chicago Sky, Angel Reese has announced that she is out for the rest of the season yesterday via Twitter. Angel Reese put this on Twitter yesterday, and my goodness, did that catch everyone by surprise. I was definitely shocked. But she said the following: "What a year. I never would have imagined the last bucket of my rookie season would be a 3, but maybe that was God saying give them a taste of what they will be seeing more of in year 2. LOL." I really wish they would leave God out of their shenanigans. Through it all, I have showed that I belong in this league, even when no one else believed. All I have ever wanted was to come into the W and make an impact. I can confidently say I have done that and will strive to keep doing so. I'm filled with emotions right now that I have a season-ending injury, but also filled with so much gratitude for what is next. Also, although this is God's timing and not mine, I'm finally able to give myself a physical and mental break. God gives his hardest battles to his strongest soldiers. You'll see me being the biggest cheerleader on the sideline and unrivaled league. See you soon. So that's what Angel Reese has released as far as her season-ending injury. Today, she was spotted before the Chicago Sky game. She was in street clothes. She's wearing a wrist brace, and she was in street clothes shooting with her right hand. Now, I'll say this. I've seen multiple people saying that, Angel Reese is faking an injury. Angel Reese is faking and this and that. I question that because I think my only thing would be, what's the reason, for her to fake an injury? I'm not in her body. I definitely wish her well in her injury recovery journey, whatever is going on. I wish her well. No matter if you like a player or not, I would never wish injury and recovery on anybody. Trust me, it's not fun. Sleepless nights due to pain and this, it's not fun. So, whatever she's dealing with her injury, wish her the best. But I question people who are saying just question what would be the reason for her to fake an injury? I mean, the Rookie of the Year race was over. That was already determined. So it's not to, step out of the Rookie of the Year conversation. That conversation has been over. We're moved on to MVP. But what would be the reason for her to fake an injury? That's my only thing. And so I don't know if I'm leaning more so towards she's faking. I don't see a reason to. You guys only have a couple of more games left. It's not looking like you're going to make the playoffs. You have a slight chance, but not really. So I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. Lisa G says her mental health. Miss Pinky Lee Davis says, CJSoFoolish, I'm certain Angel Reese doesn't have a season-ending injury to her wrist. I watched her at the post-game press conference. She was twisting and turning both of her wrists. Yeah, but still, what would be the reason to fake an injury? That's my whole thing. Why? For what? You're going to get your accolades regardless. It can't be because of the attention. You have the podcast going. So that's my whole thing. I don't know if she would. Joe K says she wanted to go out with her best game. Cindy says she did fall on her wrist. I saw the play where she fell on her wrist. So that's what I mean. I've seen people are making videos and they're saying she's faking her injury. And I'm just what's the reason to fake her injury? Nonetheless, Sade says she just doesn't want to play anymore. I don't think that either. That's what I mean. Cindy says so she can dress up all day and do photo shoots. She does that regardless. That's what I mean. Like, the pregame fits is her runway. So, why was she faking injury? What's the point? Tanya, what's up, Tanya? Says, I don't believe her. J Cash, you are exactly right. I think it's a mental break. Nonetheless, best wishes to Angel Reese and speedy recovery. All right. Speaking of injuries, MVP runner-up A'ja Wilson set out this game today as well. She is actually wearing a boot, so I don't think there's any question as far as an injury or her faking her injury. She's out due to a lower right leg injury. She is currently in a boot and no word on her return as of yet. Fun fact, A'ja Wilson has not missed a WNBA game since August 3rd, 2019. She has played in 208 consecutive games, okay? So the MVP runner-up right now is out with injury. Best wishes to A'ja as well in her recovery. One of the things, it looks like the Aces were not able to pull off the win today. They lost by 4 to New York Liberty in the 71-75 ending score. So, a lot of talk as far as if the MVP runner-up was playing, they probably could have won. But other than that, she's out right now. Best wishes to A'ja Wilson. I wonder if they're just resting her because there's going to be a lot riding on this Indiana and Vegas game as the MVP runner-up in A'ja Wilson and the 2024 MVP Caitlin Clark as their teams are facing off. And, maybe her leg is a little sore and she wants to rest up for this game. So who's to say that? Thank you so much for the super chat. Terry Thompson, I love your energy and your knowledge. Keep on keeping on, girl. Thank you, Terry. Thank you so much. Florida Chanel, the reason is she lost the Rookie of the Year. So a season-ending wrist injury, she can still type on Twitter, and it will heal by January. God, I don't know. I just don't see her faking her injury. I think that she soaks up the attention too much to not play on TV. I don't know. If anything, I was hoping Kennedy Carter didn't beat her up and put her out for the season. If anything. But, nonetheless, Lisa Diaz, I saw where A'ja Wilson hurt her foot last game. I'm wondering if she's going to be available for next game. Best wishes to all of them involved. The WNBA, they have rated Caitlin Clark, a.k.a. White Jesus, as number 6 in the MVP rankings as of now in the season. Okay? She's ranked number 6, and it is creating a lot of discussion because, a lot of people are asking, is that too high or is that too low to rank White Jesus? And if you ask me, everyone over in WNBA who, for some reason, tends to think that White Jesus shouldn't be ranked higher than Alyssa Thomas, you shut your pie hole. You shut your pie hole right now. White Jesus is averaging more assists on the season. She's getting ready to pass her for the assist record. What do you mean Alyssa Thomas is ranked higher than White Jesus? I know she was on the Olympic team and this and that, but it doesn't matter. White Jesus is here, and she's more valuable to her team, and her numbers are higher. Deal with it. Deal with it, WNBA committee. What do you mean you're ranking her at number 6? She's higher than Sabrina Ionescu, who's having a good season. Definitely Alyssa Thomas. Alyssa Thomas doesn't do anything but knock people over. That's it. Alyssa Thomas isn't top 5 MVP at all. And then who else is ranked above her is Brianna Stewart, Asia Wilson, and Napheesa Collier, respectfully. But I definitely would rank White Jesus above Alyssa Thomas. You guys, this league has to let this Alyssa Thomas thing go. She's okay. She's okay. But she's not in top 5 MVP rankings. Chris Roboto says Alyssa Thomas can't even shoot. Agreed. Her shoulders are made of Gatorade powder. Nothing's in her shoulders. Nothing. She shoots. She don't even have any shoulders. She's not an MVP this season. Have you seen her shoot her free throws? Respectfully. But Alyssa Thomas is at best just a better guard on her team. That's it. That's literally it. Now you rank her higher. You rank her higher right now. Seriously, Alyssa Thomas has did some good things, but my goodness, top 5? No. Guys, I want to share this with you if you are not aware of how the WNBA playoffs work. All right, we are coming up on the WNBA playoffs. I know you are hearing a lot of, teams are being ranked and, things of that nature. They're fighting for playoff spots and things like that. I wanted to let you guys know, if you're not familiar with how the WNBA works, the playoffs are set to start in a couple of weeks, September the 22nd. And the schedule hasn't been released yet, but they should be releasing it soon, okay? But just to kind of give you some insight as to how it works, the WNBA features 8 teams with the best record seeded by record regardless of conference. Each series is best of 3, okay? So when the playoffs start, each series would be best of 3. The higher seed host games 1 and 2. The lower seeds host games 3, if necessary. This is the key part here, guys, and this is what everyone is fighting for, okay? The matchups are number 1 versus number 8, number 2 versus number 7, number 3 versus number 6, and number 4 versus number 5. In the semifinals, each series is best of 5. That is what White Jesus and Indiana Fever, I'm projecting, will go to the semifinals if they get past the first round. Each of those series or that series rather, is best of 5. The higher seeds host game 1 and 2 and 5 if necessary, and the lower seed will host game 3 and 4. Matchups are the winner of number 1 versus number 8 against the winner of number 4 versus number 5. Okay, and so on. Then the finals. The matchup is the winner of each of the 2 semifinal series, regardless of conference, and the series is best of 5, okay? So, if you're watching this on your phone and you're a little confused of how the playoffs work, go ahead and screenshot this, guys, so you can have it for your record, so you can kind of keep up with what's going on. And if you have the WNBA app, you can check the current standings after the games each day, okay? So that way you know that, all right? And shout out to, I think it was Ken Swift that I posted this on Twitter. Ken, who I follow, who's very knowledgeable. So shout out to him. But you have that for your records. Scores around the WNBA. Connecticut, Alyssa Thomas. If you not familiar with Alyssa Thomas and how she shoots and who they're ranking above White Jesus, check out the game tonight if you don't want to watch any football. Check out this Connecticut Sun versus Los Angeles Sparks game. It comes on at 8 o'clock Central Time. If you're in the Eastern time zone, it's 9 o'clock your time. Check it out and tweet me and tell me what you think. If you think I'm lying, go watch Alyssa Thomas playing. You tell me if she's top 5 MVP player. She stinks. Stinks. She plays bully basketball, and that's it. So she plays tonight. Chicago Sky is blowing out Dallas Wings right now, 70-48. It's 2:40 left in the third quarter. White Jesus has led her team to beat the Atlanta Dream, 104-100. New York Liberty beat the Aces, 75-71. And the Minnesota Lynx beat the Washington Mystics 78-71. Okay, so those were the games that happened around the WNBA today. All right. Thank you. Appreciate this. Of course, I would give it to Bonner. DeWanna Bonner is washed to me. I mean, respectfully, DeWanna Bonner, she's had a good season. You know, DeWanna, you know, it's fine, I guess. But these MVP talks and stuff, that time has passed for them. The ship has sailed. It's sailed. Bye-bye. JSB says people are watching the fever over NFL. I am very interested in seeing what the numbers will be like this week, because I saw that the Dallas Cowboys game came on during the Indiana game. I didn't change my TV. I'm watching White Jesus. I'm watching White Jesus in the WNBA. I'm not watching Dak Prescott throw 10 interceptions. I'm watching White Jesus. Nonetheless, I am interested in seeing how the numbers, if they'll, you know, stay where they're at, if they'll increase or if they'll decrease since the NFL has started. All right. What we talking about in the chat, guys? And then we can get out of here. What's up, Pete P? I see you in the chat, Pete. Mike Walker. What's up, Mike? Says 19 turnovers is way too much for playoffs. It sure is. It sure is. And thankfully, Atlanta struggled to convert off those turnovers at first because they should have been up by more at the half, but they weren't. But Vegas will convert. So Indiana has to go in locked in and loaded. Okay, Aliyah, you have to do whatever you've been doing. Come ready to play. White Jesus has to come ready to play. Lexi Hustle, come ready to play. Kelsey Mitchell, come ready to play. We got agendas to push and points to prove. I need you ladies ready to play. Timmy, come ready to play. Melissa, you probably could just stay where you're at. Thank you, Terry, for the super chat. Terry says, Reese is being put on ice to give Cardoso a shot of winning the spot on the team. Both can't be on the same team. This is the time for Cardoso to, prove why they should have been playing through her all season. All season. But if you got to get people like Diamond the Shields out the way. Get out the way. I noticed Teresa Weatherspoon, she's not playing Dana Evans as much, which rightfully so. That team all around just stinks. They need more guards. They're selfish. Teresa Weatherspoon was trying to play through Angel Reese when she should have been playing through Cardoso and let Angel play in her role. Other than that, we'll see what happens. All right, guys, where we at? Oh, we have 44 minutes. I didn't even think the show was going to be that long today. Guys, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. okay? Take care of yourselves. Make sure you are following me on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at the W360 _. At the W360 _. If you have not liked this video, like this video, okay? Like this video, tell a friend to tell a friend. You know, we want to get the continue to get the word out there. So I definitely appreciate everybody, and I definitely appreciate everybody for tuning in. Happy Sunday, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the games. If you're going to catch the last WNBA game tonight, catch it. Enjoy the rest of your football Sunday, or just sit outside and kick your feet up and have a glass of wine. Whatever it is you decide to do for self-care, make sure you do it, all right? Until next episode, peace and soul grease.